Hi everybody, this is Noelle from Petitti Garden Centers, and we are going to do early spring lawn care. It's March, it's early March, and so we're running into this nice patch of weather. But before we get too excited, we're just going to start with the basics for lawn care here. So the first thing actually is get your leaf rake out and start cleaning off the debris on your lawn. That's number one. So if you have anything left over from last season, leaves, any kind of debris, just get it off the lawn as quick as you can. The other thing is just taking your leaf rake and you're simply just going to fluff. When you fluff up the grass and kind of take it out of dormancy, if you will, and that compaction that occurs over winter when the snow is on it, it helps increase air circulation, and that's really good to reduce any kind of snow mold or any type of disease that you see in the grass. So do fluff and rake the entire yard, and it will really help. When we start to get a little bit drier, and in the month of April, because actually the beginning of April is the second best time to work on your lawn, that's when you can go in, and if you need to aerate or you need to dethatch, that's when you're going to want to do that. But for right now, raking, fluffing, really good. Just get rid of the debris. The second thing that you're going to do for your lawn, just kind of beefing it up for spring, is you can actually seed right now. And if you overseeded over the winter time, that's fine, because lots of times Angela will talk about putting seed down, grass seed down, when there's still snow on the ground, because when the snow melts, it actually draws the seed into the soil. Well, you can do that. After you fluff with a rake, go ahead and you can overseed. If you have any kind of thinner areas after you rake or any patchy areas, absolutely go ahead and put your seed down in those areas that you've kind of roughed up with the rake. That gives that seed a nice seed bed that it can go down in the soil. So if you have thin or patchy areas, you're going to go ahead and put your grass seed down. Now, we also talk about when you put grass seed down, it's kind of like you're salting a hamburger. You don't want it overlapping. You just want it spread out very naturally over a spot. Grass seed goes a really long way. So a pound bag is going to cover close to 500 to 1,000 square feet. So again, it goes a long distance. So make sure that you're spreading the grass seed down just in those thin or patchy areas. You can use something like Easy Seed. Easy Seed's a great kind of patch kit, if you will. It has its own little compost there. It also has the seed ready to go. So that's a nice little product to use as well if you have some larger patch areas that you need to fill. The next thing that you can do, of course, is you can do a soil test. And actually, your soil test, you're really just looking for your pH. Lawn soil pH really falls in between 6.0 and 7.0, which is neutral. And so your lawns can be slightly acidic, ever so slightly, but most of the time we have very acidic conditions in our area. So Angela will often recommend to lime your lawn. And lime helps, of course, increase that pH, get it closer to neutral, and that will help your lawn absorb any types of fertilizers and things that you're putting down to make it grow. So again, as long as you have the right pH and you're right in that 6 to 7 zone, you'll be fine. Your lawn's going to absorb the nutrients the way that it should. The next part is really fertilizing the lawn, okay? And this, most of the time, you'll see crabgrass preventers for your first step in lawn care. And we often recommend that because your crabgrass will start germinating right when we get about 55 to 60 degrees soil temperature, okay? So we usually say right around the time when the forsythia is blooming, so that bright yellow blooming shrub that we love to look forward to in the springtime, that's actually the time that you want to look to put down your crabgrass preventer, okay? And so if you aren't seeding, if you have not put any grass seed down on the lawn, you would use just a regular one step, that first step in the program, okay? If you have put seed down, okay, and you want to continue to seed to kind of thicken the lawn in the spring, then you use step one for seeding. Their active ingredients are totally different, And so if you use just a regular crabgrass preventer, it won't be able to tell the difference between a crabgrass seed and a lawn seed. But this one is really smart. The step one for seeding can actually tell the difference between weed seeds like crabgrass and a regular lawn seed. So that's really cool. So that's a great formulation. So you're going to put that down usually end of March, beginning of April, right around the time of Easter. We often talk about the holidays going through the growing season, and that's the same time you're applying your lawn care steps. Your first step is right around Easter. Second step is right around Memorial Day. Third step is right around Independence Day. Third step, yeah. And then fourth step is right around Labor Day. And you can do a fifth step like a winterizer as well, is always really good. So keep that in mind. I think the last thing that we often have questions about is, what if I get these early dandelions, or I start to see, other types of weeds, chickweed or clover, those types of things in the lawn? Get them while they're young, okay? And so down here, I have a spray bottle of Weed Beater Ultra. Weed Beater Ultra is a lawn-safe weed spray, okay? It's ready to use, and it works at 45 degrees and above. So still, when we have cool spring temperatures, that spot weeder, if you will, does really, really well for us and works on a lot of annual weeds and perennial weeds in the lawn. So that's going to be a great tool to have in your arsenal, especially when you're trying to take care of the lawn early on. One other thing that I forgot, I actually have Moss X here too. As you're going through and fluffing the lawn and raking the lawn and getting rid of debris and so forth, watch out for those mossy patches. They do develop. Lime can help reduce moss, but if you have a really bad thick case of moss, it's really good to use Moss X in those areas. Again, one of these bags is going to cover 5,000 square feet. So little goes a long way with the Moss X as well. Make sure that it goes down kind of on a wet area, and you want to make sure that that lawn is trimmed low so it can get applied right to the moss layer that's there. I have Iron-tone here. Iron-tone is always going to be a great supplement to any type of lawn fertilizers that you do provide. The reason that Iron-tone works so well with all other types of fertilizers is because it does provide that extra bonus of iron, which really helps keep your foliage, in this case your lawn, very, very green. So again, nice greener up for the spring, and basically all the products you need to start your lawn out right.